know what it is. It's your girl Kay coming to you with another daily video of the week. If you're new here, hello, my name is Cariana. If you have not read the thumbnail and you haven't read the title, today's video is about to be about the time I dated a liar. Props to my best friend for giving me the idea, by the way. Disclaimer, this video is going to be a whole lot of stuff is going to be said. I'm going to, expose him. I'm going to tell him about himself. I'm basically just going to tell you guys what happened and the truth behind the whole thing. So without further ado, let's just hop right in the video. Yes, ma'am. Alright, so start the story. It was in 2018. I started talking to him then. And I texted him and I was like, hey, just looking for new friends. And he was like, dope, me too. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. He's looking for a friend too. Dope. So, I started talking to him or whatever. And, we got close. We got real close. And so we started talking like he's my crush type talking. And I was like, I like you, but I don't want to get my heart hurt. And, everybody was like, oh, my God, he's a sweetheart. Oh, my God, he's this. Oh, my God, he's that. So I was going off of what his friends were saying. And so after that, we started talking, and then we started to kiss or whatever. And so I considered us as a couple. So me considering us as a couple, when he'd come over, we'd talk about certain things. And there was this one day where we were talking, and he goes, well, when I get a house, and he stops himself, and he goes, well, when we get a house, we're going to be happy, and we're going to have a family, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that, and we're going to do all these wonderful things. And he goes, you're going to have to stay at home while I'm on tour with my band. I was like, okay, that's fine with me as long as I have you. So after that, we started talking more, and then there was this one day where I snuck out. If you have not seen my last video, go check it out. Go ahead, comment, like it, get it up to 25 likes, period. Anyway, back to the story. He basically, was just, he wasn't acting like his normal self when I went there at 3 o'clock in the morning. He was acting like he couldn't stand to see my face. So basically what had happened was, it was cold. It was really, really cold. And he made me, instead of him, because he knows how to drive. And he was 18, 19. And me knowing that he knows how to drive, he could have just drove over to my house, and drove me to his house, and it would be quicker. No, dude wanted to walk with a jacket on with no shirt under it, in the freezing cold. So I snuck out of the house. We waited for him for 3 hours, and then we waited for him. Me and my best friend waited for him again outside, because he said he was on his way, and he was so close. He said he was so close. And, dude just was like, Austin said, I'm on my way, here I come. So I was like, all right, dope. My best friend stayed, she helped me sneak out or whatever. And that was that. So then after that fact, he took almost 2 hours and a half to get to my house. He only took 3 hours because he was waiting for his parents to go to sleep. And then he took 2 hours just to walk to my house. 2.5 hours just to walk to my house, which is not that far from his. So, I was texting him. I was like, hurry up. My best friend's here with me. She wants to go home. She's tired. She doesn't want to sit out here in the cold. And his response was, if you rush me even more, I'll turn around and go home. Excuse me? Honey, you don't tell me what to do first. No, baby. You don't tell me what to do. I told you to hurry up because I have somebody out here who's cold. And I'm not trying to get her sick. So therefore, you hurry up so she can walk home and we can get to your house and it'll be okay. So then I kept texting him. I was like, hurry up. She's getting irritated. She's getting annoyed. She doesn't want to be out here. And then, he was like, I'm almost there. So me and, my best friend were looking both ways, and we were like, well, where is he? Where is he? Since he's almost here, where is he? We don't understand. Where is he? And so we finally, she was heated. I was over it. I was ready to walk to her house with her. And she I was like, is that him? And so I saw some dude walking down the street, and I was like, is that him? I was like, that's him. And she goes, that's him? If he got long legs, why ain't he walking faster? All them big steps he could have taken. He could have taken larger steps, y'all. He had long legs. He was taller than my best friend. He had long legs. He could have took giant steps, but he didn't. He was taking small steps. And so after that, he got me. I said goodbye to Jalen, made sure she walked down the street safely. We walked to his house. I was miserable the whole time because it was really, really cold. It was really cold. I was freezing, and he decided to say, well, it's not my fault, you could have waited to see me tomorrow. And I was like, but you said you wanted to see me now. You didn't want to wait. So don't give me that one. So after all of that, he was like, well, I'm the one with no shirt on under this. I was like, well, why didn't you put a shirt on? What else, you ain't got boxers on? So let me get to his house. Dude makes me wait 30 minutes. A whole 30 minutes until I can walk into his house. Because first we had to walk up the porch, walk into the backyard where his door was. After that, we had to, excuse me, he had to clear a pathway out so I can walk through. And then after that, he had to come get me. So he came, got me, and there was he opened the door, and there was this giant lawnmower in the way. I was like, all right, sweetheart, I refuse. I am not stepping over this lawnmower. My legs are too small to be stepping over giant lawnmowers. So I made him move it. And then he came pulling me in the door. And I was like, don't pull me. I have a backpack on with electronics in it. Give me a minute. So I finally got in the house or whatever, and he took me to his bedroom. Mine, I have nyctophobia. It's basically a phobia where you hate being in the dark, and you have to have some sorts of light. And in those 30 minutes, I was panicking because I was in his backyard where the train tracks were. Looked like Jason was about to come get me, and I was not having it. I was not having it. I wasn't. So after that, he came and got me. We went inside. He left me in his room. I started panicking just a little bit more because of my phobia. And so we, finally he came and got me, and then he walked me all the way to his bathroom. For what? I don't know. But he walked me all the way to his bathroom just to take my shoes off. And he goes, take your shoes off. And I was like, but I don't want to take my shoes off. He goes, you walk loud, take your shoes off. I was like, you know what? Fine. Taking my shoes off. He's like, well, do you want to go back to the room? I was like, we're not going to sit and talk in here. I was like, I don't want to sit and talk in your bathroom. I was like, yeah, we're going back to your room. So I went back to his room. And so after we went back to his room, he turned a light source. It wasn't any other light source, but it was just he turned his light on, but not his ceiling fan light. He turned this small little light on. And, we started what he liked to call it making out. He wanted to make out, but my anxiety was too bad to do it, so I didn't do it. I kissed him a couple times. And he told me, because, For me, he was like, oh, your body seems nice. I was like, thank you. And I was like, if you want it, you can have it. And that was like over text. Now, if I get to know you and I'm very comfortable texting you, I'm very comfortable around you, which means I'll do anything around you. Period. I'm very comfortable around you. It all depends on if I feel comfortable at your house. If I'm not comfortable at your house for the first 5 seconds, it's over. I'm just going to forgive it. I'm just going to forget it. Sorry. I'm just going to, forget it and move on with my life or whatever. So after that, he basically, after we kissed or whatever, he was like, hold me. Come, like, cuddle. And I was like, I don't want to cuddle. I don't want to cuddle because I was very uncomfortable at the moment. I was very comfortable, and I didn't want to cuddle. I just didn't want to cuddle at all. I wanted to go home because I was uncomfortable and I couldn't take it. And so he was like, fine. And I was like, I was thinking, he was going to start another conversation. No, dude just laid down and went to sleep. How dare you invite me over your house? When I say I don't want to cuddle, that means I just want to talk. It means, hey, let's talk. I don't want to cuddle. I just want to talk to you. And so he just laid down and went to sleep. And I was like, are you joking right now? Like, what's your deal? So, sorry. My charger's hooked up to it, so I keep falling. So, after that, he, he got up, and it was like 5, 6 something. Finally, we cuddled or whatever. And he was like, I'm sorry. And I was like, for what? And he goes, for everything. And I go, no, it's fine. He goes, no, I'm really sorry. And I was like, it's fine. It's fine. It's whatever. And he was like, no, it's not. And I was like, yes, it is. And he goes, no, it's not. And I go, yes, it's fine. It is fine. It's perfectly fine. So, after all that, sorry, I was turning the lighting up on my laptop because I thought it was going to change something. So, after that, we, he told me, he was like, hey, my mom's woke. I got to get you home. So it took me a minute because I was thinking, how am I going to get back in my house? That's the one thing me and my best friend we did not take in consideration was, how am I going to get back in the house? So, in consideration, stop zooming. In consideration, hold on guys, I gotta uncharge my phone, it's getting hot. So in consideration, I I got home, whatever, I got home, I was fine. My phone's burning up, y'all. I got home, I was fine, and got in the house, texted him, I was like, thanks for the great night. He was like, whatever, I'm gonna go to bed now. I was like, okay, cool, good night. So he texted me the next day. It was around, all this was around Christmas time. Texted me the next day, and, I had made a fake account, and I called her my sister. And it, the page was my sister, or whatever. And he was like, well, I'm not going to be there much longer. My friends and family don't want me being with her, so I'm not going to do it. That was the exact text message. And so that he sent to my sister. So then he texted me. He was like, I'm not going to be able to talk to you anymore, right? And I was like, how do I know that? How did I know that? I'm so confused. How did I know that you weren't going to be able to talk to me anymore? How? And he goes, well, my mom found out that, I snuck you in. I was like, how'd you find out? And he was like, she just knows. She heard us. I was like, she didn't hear us because I barely talked the entire time. And he was just like, well, she heard us. I was like, you're lying. I didn't tell him that because in my head, I was like, you're lying. The only way she could have figured out that, you know, he snuck me in is if he told her. And he had to tell her for her to know. Because she was asleep the entire time, for at least what he said. So after that, we stopped talking for a couple of days. After that couple of days, you know, he texted me. He was like, "Do you want me to come see you for the last time?" This was in January of this year. He texted me talking about, "Do you want me to come see you for the last time?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Come see me for the last time." Because, disclaimer, I'm not digging in my nose. Nasties. I was like, "Yeah, come over. I want to see you." So he came over, and, you know, he had this gift for me. He gave it to me before he left. Now, he left because he got a phone call from his mom saying that, you know, "Hey, come on, where are you? It's time to go. You have to go to this meeting." So he went to this meeting or whatever, and, you know, we were sitting on the couch, and he goes, "I have to go." And I go, "Okay." He goes, "You know, I could have just been an asshole." And, like, he just kind of snapped at me and was like, "You know, I could have been an asshole and just left." And I was like, "That would have worked too. It doesn't matter to me." I snapped back. I was like, don't snap at me." So he got up. He was like, "Okay." Got up and was like, "You gonna give me a hug?" I was about to say no. Got up. You know, I got up. I gave him a hug. And after I gave him a hug, he gave me my gift. So after, you know, he gave me my gift or whatever, after he gave me my gift, I flipped. What did I do? I went upstairs. I went up to my room, and I read it. I came to this room that we're in right now, and I read it, and I was like, "Wow, I'm really gonna miss him." And so, you know, I started crying, and I was like, "Your letter made me cry." I was like, "Why does it have to be this way?" He's like, "I'm sorry." I was like, "No, you're fine. It's whatever." And so after that, he was like, um, you know, he was like, "You know, it's not fine." I was like, "No, it's fine. You know, you don't want to lose friends or family, so just go ahead and do whatever you need to do." And I was like, "One day we'll reach back." And he was like, "Well, goodbye." I was like, "I don't want to say goodbye because it's probably not the last time we'll see each other." So, fast forward to a couple of months, he texts me. Dude texts me and how about some, "Hey, how are you?" Now, I was at school, and it was me, my friend Allie, and my friend Kat. We were all sitting at the table, and I was like, "No." And I just, you know, started freaking out a little bit. And I was like, "Wait a minute. No, don't text me. What are you talking? What? No. Like, don't do that. Don't text me talking about that." So my friend Allie was like, "Give me the phone. Let me text him." Now, here's the reason why I didn't give her the phone. I didn't give her the phone because he wasn't ready to get his feelings hurt. He was not ready to get his feelings hurt that bad. He just wasn't. So after, you know, he texted me, I was like, "How are you doing?" He was like, "Been in the hospital." I was like, "You're looking for sympathy points." In my head, I was like, "He's looking for sympathy points. I don't care." I was like, "You did me dirty. You did me wrong. I'm not going to do it." So after that, he basically was like, you know, he was just telling me about how much he missed me. And then my friends had told me, "Yeah, he texted us too, but we didn't answer." "Oh, so I was your last choice. Dope. You backstabbing piece of crap. You know, if you go back to the hospital, don't come crying to me because I'm not saving you. I'm not doing it. I'm not putting up with you anymore." So I texted him this whole paragraph, and it was just basically about how I'm going to give him another chance and, like, he deserves love. He basically just laughed at it. I poured my heart out to him, and he just laughed at it. He was like, "Haha, that's real funny." I was like, "What's funny?" I go, "What's funny about that? I just poured my heart out to you. Told you I could give you another chance." He goes, "What do you mean another chance?" He's like, "I didn't do anything wrong." That hurt. That really did hurt me. That hurt real bad. So I was like, wow, You know, how can you sit here and say this when you know you did something wrong? So he basically laughed at everything I said. So then my best friend took the phone because he was like, you humans are something else. Like he was a vampire. What? No. There is no you humans. You're human too. You're no or like different than the other ones, except you're a jerk and a piece of shit, and no one cares about you. And so you look for attention. So after that, after my best friend texted him, like told him about himself, real good, like, the only sentence I think that was funny to me was Edward Collins wannabe. That was hilarious. I loved it, every bit of it. That was hilarious. And so he was like, I don't know who you are, but like, whatever. And then he blocked me. And I tried to be as tough as possible, but I couldn't. So I started crying because it hurt. Never, ever, 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 when a guy says, we, don't take it as a promise, because he promised me it was going to be an us, a we thing. And it never happened. And it hurts so bad still to this day that I got hurt that bad. And I had to go through it all. And he didn't care one bit about it. So, like, it hurts to go through things you do not deserve to go through. And I hope everybody is actually going through good things right now and aren't going through what I had to go through. Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching this video. I just want to say, thank you so much for watching this video. Do not forget to like, comment, subscribe. After you subscribe, don't forget to hit that little notification bell so you get all the notifications, about me, posting and things. There are going to be some new things on my channel lately when school starts, so I hope you guys, like it or whatever when I post it. Without further ado, this is goodbye. Love you. Do not forget to stay loved, stay blessed, stay happy. Love you. Peace.